Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
TJ, 2024, man. You start off the year with the first round submission finish over Ray Trujillo. Dude has like 70 MMA fights.
Yeah,
Like, could you fight anybody more experienced?
bro, I've never fought a guy with that many fights. I fought that one guy from Singapore in the UFC. I think he had 50, and this guy topped it.
Yeah, for sure. How important was that win for you, though?
Huge, bro. I suffered those two losses in the UFC. Man, I was in a bad place, man. It was tough because, man, I was on this. I started my sobriety, and I was like, man, I'm doing everything right, bro. And I was going into that Darren Elkins fight, and I did everything right, and I suffered another loss, and it was tough, dude. It was really tough, and I was like, man, I got to stick at it. I got to keep grinding. End up taking a Muay Thai fight in Mexico. Won it. That was really fun. And then come back home to get that win back in Arkansas was huge, man. And doing it in front of my home state, it was a great night.
Yeah, it seemed like, from watching the videos you posted and some of the stories that you uploaded, that Mexico is like a healing place for you in many ways. Is it? Was it that time for you to go down there and heal and take a fight as well?
Gosh, man, I've never really put it in words like that, but it very much so is, man. I love the culture down there. I love the people in that gym. I love it's really a way for me to sit with myself a bit too. I think that place has its own spiritual aspects too, and just going down there just done a lot for me, both physically, mentally, and to top it off with a win, man. It was a great trip.
Yeah, and focusing on your Muay Thai. How was that, man?
Dude, it's great, man. That's something I've been wanting to do my entire career. I've did boxing, I've done professional kickboxing, uh, but I never took a Muay Thai fight, man. And I was like, man, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. And it went great, dude. I fought this undefeated guy out of Germany. It was a heck of a fight, man. It was just a great experience.
Did it take you back to the roots, though? You know what I mean? It was a smaller venue. You could hear everybody screaming and yelling. You know what I mean? It must have been fun.
It was, dude. You hit it on the nail. I was talking to the promoter there, and he was saying the same thing. I was like, man, is it? He was telling me of a story where he was a Thai fighter, and where his trainer took him back to he'd been fighting in big stadiums, and his fighter took him back to like this smaller venue, just like this, and and it just reminded him that we love this. Like, we do this because we love this, man. And it said it really brought that back, and it did for me too. It's like, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself in fights, and you put a bunch of money on the line. Like, things change. Like, you start turning it into a job and forget why you did it in the first place. And that did it. That did that exact thing for me. And I just went in there, and dude, I had some fun, man. And that's what I need to get back to.
For sure, man. And it's crazy how things can change in such a short period of time. You know what I mean? From late last year to now, it hasn't even been that many months, but now you got this huge opportunity for Gamebred Bareknuckle MMA. When they said, "Hey, you're gonna go bare knuckle," like, what was your reaction at first?
Bro, well, it's kind of been a bucket list thing for me. I've always said I was going to do it before I retired, before I was done, and this opportunity presented itself, man, with a good bit of money to do it, and man, I'm excited, dude. Like, this fight has been getting me out of bed in the morning. You know what I mean? I've been excited for this one. You know what I mean? My nerves get to going a bit. Like, I've been doing that extra stuff in training I used to not do, man. Like, it wakes me up. I'm more focused than ever, like, because this is as real as it gets, man. This fight is as real as it gets.
It definitely does, man. And I was talking with another fighter that's on the card, former UFC guy as well, and he told me he actually has fought on the Gamebred shows before, and he told me that straight punches might not be the best option because that's the easiest way to break your hand. I never even looked at it that way, but from his experience, he said that, is that something that's in your mind in preparation?
Well, one thing it is on I've broke my hand 3 times, and 2 of them were from hitting the guy on top of the head. So I think it's really important for me to be precise when I'm punching, And also, dude, I just accept it, man. Like, so break my nose, I break my hand, I'm going to keep fighting. Like, dude, this is the kind of fight I'm going to, and that's the kind of mindset I'm going to this. Like, man, I'm prepared for whatever happens, and man, I'm going to fucking war, dude. So whatever happens, I'm here. I'm there to fight.
Do you remember that boxing movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.? I think it's called Gladiators, where they
I don't know if I've seen it, bro.
You never seen it? Where I forgot the dude's name, but he's like a famous actor, and he was the coach. And at the end, he fought the dude, and they were doing bare knuckle, but they were boxers. But at the end, they were fighting bare knuckle. And then the dude threw a jab, and then he put his head down and slammed it on the top of his head. And he says, "Hey, top of the head, hardest part of the body." And the dude, I think, broke his head. Just like
yes, bro. Like that's actually something I've been working on my training. I think I'm a few inches smaller than this guy. So I'm going to be putting my head down, looking to do that, to his jab if I don't slip and counter it. So
yeah, and sharing the card with like Junior Dos Santos, did you ever think that would happen?
Dude, that's I'm glad you asked. Dude, when I was coming up, he was my favorite heavyweight because I loved seeing a heavyweight that could box. Like that man could box, bro, and I just always really appreciated that. And to be sharing it's the same card as him, dude, it's like a dream, bro. Like I'm super pumped.
Yeah, man, it's great to see. And what about felony Charles Bennett? Do you know Charles?
Yeah, dude's crazy, bro. He's crazy. Dude, I've seen some of his old fights, dude. Like he's a wild man, bro. Yeah. So there's going to be some entertainment on that card.
Definitely, man. And the guy that you're fighting, Mandel Nallo, Bellator guy, it's kind of like Bellator versus UFC. I don't know. You could make that up, right? How do you feel about him?
I think he's a worthy opponent, man. He's gotten some sweet finishes I've seen. But dude, styles make fights, and dude, this is the fans are going to be entertained, man, because I think what he offers is something I'm good at taking away, and what I offer, he's good at taking away. So, dude, this is going to be a very strategic fist fight, bro. Like, I mean, I'm serious. Like, it's going to be a war, but it's going to be very strategic as well, man. And it's something, again, man, this is something that's got me excited to get up. Like, I got to be on my shit out there, man. And I believe I can take away his weapons and go out there and break this guy, man. But I'm super excited for this matchup.
Yeah, great matchup. And, his losses, most of them are by submission. You have 11 submission wins. And grappling without the gloves, how big of an advantage is that for you?
It's huge, man. Like it's no surprise. I'm not trying to put my game plan out there or anything, but it's no surprise that he's lost 2 submissions. He's lost to some wrestlers, and I'm going to be putting the pace on him, man. And dude, we all know it's easier for the rear naked choke to present itself without gloves. It's way easier. Grips are easier, so that does play in my part, man.
Definitely. But people can't forget, you have incredible knockouts as well, some head kick knockouts, right?
Thank you, brother. I think people have forgot, man, so I got to remind them March 2nd.
Yeah, it's going to be like a very, like you said, it's going to be a strategic fight, especially coming into a new rule set. Training camp, though, how do you compare it to like getting ready for a regular fight with gloves on? Do you just use the same?
Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. In downtown Little Rock, we've got a huge homeless population. So I've been going downtown and offering these homeless guys to fight me bare knuckle, and that's helping me prepare for this fight. So, man, I feel great, dude. I've gotten in a lot of reps with some of these guys downtown, and I've happened not to catch any AIDS or anything while I was down there with the needles on the ground. But I feel great, dude. I'm ready.
That's why they call you downtown, right? You ran right into it, huh? You ran right into it. That's what they call you downtown.
That's it, bro.
Is that where it originated from? You go downtown and
Yeah, bro. Like there was a time in my life, bro, where I was spending probably more time downtown than in the gym and anywhere else. So that's kind of where it originated from.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What do you think? What do you envision for this fight for yourself?
Dude, I see myself imposing my will on this guy. I think I've got what it takes to land a clean shot on this guy and knock him out. But I'm prepared to work my ass off for 3 rounds and break him.
All right, and a couple questions outside of the bare knuckle stuff. Is it true that you're still in the UFC testing pool?
Yes, bro. Like I'm still. I don't know what, dude. I honestly don't know what's going on with that. Like I'm trying to get on steroids, man. I'm getting old, trying to get on steroids, and they're still testing me. I don't know, man. Mandelo's probably out there taking steroids, and I can't because the UFC's testing me in the pool.
Yeah, that's a good sign, though. I think for you.
Yes, in all reality,
Yeah.
dude. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that means I can get back in after I win this one, or we'll see, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Gamebred pays well. They pay me some more. I'll come back. So we'll see.
Yeah, and you got karate combat out there as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many options now. Like,
Yeah.
the UFC is great, but there's options, right?
Right, dude. End of the day, money talks, and dude, I'm out here fighting for a living, and money talks.
Definitely. Volk, man. I know you were high on him, and that could have happened. We knew that was a possibility. Like, what did you watch it live, and what was your thoughts of what happened in that fight?
Yeah, dude, you're right. I've been a Volk fan for years. However, I did say I've been saying it for a year, 6 months, a year, that Tapiro would be the guy to beat him. I said it, dude. I've been saying it for a while. Like, that guy has got the goods. Not to mention, the tough fight Bryce had with him. Dude, I just been watching him for a while, dude, and I predicted that one, man. Again, I love the OG, but man, dude, this is time of the changing of the guards, man. Like that guy's the truth.
Yeah, father time, man. It just in fighting.
Yeah, I seen some stat. That said like there's been nobody 35 and older that's like defended the title or something like that. And I was like, man, it's just the truth, and it's even harder in these in these lower weight classes to be able to do that at the older age.
Do you think Topuria has more power than McGregor at 145?
Good question. I think it's a different kind of power. Does that make sense? That'll be my answer. Like, dude, Taporia's like a truck. And I think Conor, a lot of his was counter punching and being precise. And Taporia's just got that bomb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It reminds me of like the Hendo.
Yeah, bro.
Dan Henderson.
Or man, let's get more recent, like Emmett, dude.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, man. That's some scary power. Yeah, both those fights, man, knocked out clean. Yeah. It's great times, man. Hopefully, we see you back in there and competing. But if not, man, there's so many other options. But before then, March 2nd, Gamebred MMA. It's gonna be an incredible fight. Thank you, TJ, so much for the time.
Dude, thank you, man. Thank you for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I hope everything's going good your way, brother.